Welcome back to my YouTube channel, CCTV, with your host, Claudia Carnegie. Today I would like to share 5 tips on how I overcame camera fear. If this sounds like something you would be interested in learning about, then like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Now, let's get into it. You would need to examine yourself and see if the fear that you're having, is it that you're really afraid of the camera, or is it that you're afraid of what people are going to say? That would mean that you're not fearful of the camera, you're just more fearful of criticism. You would have to come down to the acceptance of what it is and then deal with it. Okay, so that is very, very important, self-examination. Once you've realized what the real reason is why you're afraid of the camera, then you can go ahead and try to handle that problem. So if it is that you're afraid of what people are going to say, then people are always going to have things to say, whether in or outside of your favor, but that doesn't change that you have to do what you have to do, what is right for you. So that's one way to think about that. If that's what you're afraid of, get rid of that right away and just go on ahead and make your videos and do what you need to do for you. Okay? First on the list is you have to prepare. If you are doing your videos on whatever topic you choose, if you're going to be talking about cooking, then of course you have to know something about cooking. You're teaching somebody on how to make videos, then of course you have to know on how to make videos before you can teach somebody. It's common sense. Basically, whatever you are going to talk about, you need to have some knowledge on that subject. Okay, if you do not have extensive knowledge, by all means, go ahead, research. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Google, you can read books, you can watch YouTube videos and learn from other creators and just draw from their knowledge and turn it into what you would like to say and how you would like to say it. Put your personal touch on it. So in that case, number 1, we are preparing. So yes, definitely you got to prepare. And if you fail to plan, you've heard it so many times, then really you have planned to fail. So if you think about it, the way it's said is, if you never plan anything in regards to preparing for your video, then it obviously means that the plan that you made is to fail. Because if you fail to plan, that means you're planning on failing. So do something, do some research, all right? Go ahead and just prepare for whatever you have to do, because then if you haven't prepared anything, then you are planning on failing. Okay? Secondly, a deep breath. In placing yourself in a nice calm mood, you might need to have a cup of tea. You might need to do some breathing exercises. Inhale, exhale, try to calm the mind, the body, and spirit down. Whatever works for you in terms of relieving anxiety. Some people, they may relieved by listening to music. You know yourself, you know your body, whatever works for you in terms of just bringing you into that cool, calm, and collective spirit. You might need to do a couple push-ups, a couple sit-ups, whatever get you ready and focused, then just do that thing. So 1, we're going to prepare. 2, we're going to breathe and get ourselves in a relaxed state. Okay. 3, you're going to focus on your why. Why is it that you want to make YouTube videos? Why is it that you have to make this presentation? Why is it that you're going to speak in public? Why is it that you have been asked to do an interview? Whatever it is that you're trying to do that is making you fearful, what is your why in doing it? And your why is very important, because your why is going to be your catalyst that will propel you even when you pick up the camera and it feels like it weighs 100,000 tons. If you focus on the reason you're doing it, then that should be enough to help you to move forward. Fourthly, let's be positive. You have to be positive. You have to be your own cheerleader, because if you're doing this thing and you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else is going to believe in you. So first of all, you have to be your own cheerleader. So you have to have positive self-thought, positive self-talk and thoughts. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm doing this video, I think, oh, nobody's gonna watch this video, Claudia, like, who are you fooling? If I'm thinking that, I have already defeated myself. So in doing your videos, you have to know within yourself that this is something that you want to do, this is something that people need to hear, and this is something that you're going to do regardless. Start having positive self-talk in terms of just saying, you can do this. This is what you were made for. There is no way you cannot do this. Okay, you were made for this. You can go into the scriptures, and Philippians 4 and verse 13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And the way that verse is written in the first person, where it's saying I can do all things, because I believe that it's saying to the reader, for us to be able to say to ourselves, I can do all things, as opposed to it saying you can do all things, because this, I think, is a very good example of positive self-talk. Because definitely if you keep saying in that in your mind when you're making your videos, then that should help you to overcome the fear that you're feeling. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and just keep using that as your mantra while you're doing your videos. And last but not least, practice, practice, practice. Because we all know in learning how to ride a bike, the first time you might fall. 2-3 times is the same thing with learning on how to make YouTube videos and becoming a creator. You may have certain things that might not be in line, and it doesn't have to be perfect the first time around or the second or the third. The most important thing is that you keep going. So first, you might start off with some short videos, and those you might be able to manage better in terms of editing and stuff. And then as you get more into making videos, then you could make them longer, more complex. You might be able to add thumbnails and all the fancy stuff, and do more things in terms of editing. So there you have it, or 5 steps as alleviate fear in front of the camera and fear in regards to anything you can apply it to in life. So number 1, you're gonna prepare. Number 2, you're gonna do your breathing exercises, your relaxation exercising. Number 3, you're gonna know your why. Focus on the reason why you're making this video, and that should help you. And number 4, you must have positive self-talk. If you're not your biggest cheerleader, then nobody else will be. And 5, practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much for watching. And in the words of my late grandfather, Ronald Carnegie, anything you do in a darkness must come out in a light. You hear me say? Anything you do in a darkness must come out in a light. Therefore, whatever you're doing and you're thinking that it's not going to be found out, at some point in time, it's going to be found out. That's basically what that saying is saying. Thank you all for watching. In my next video, long life and a happy one.